the federal government of Nigeria to recover pensions collected by former ministers as ministers and members of the National Assembly. The court also directed the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, to challenge the illegality of state pension laws, permitting former governors and other former public officials to collect such pensions. The judgment came on the heels of the invalidated pension law for former governors and other ex-public officers in Zamfara State, which provided for the upkeep of former governors and former public officials to the tune of 700 million naira annually. Joining us now to discuss this and other national issues is former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi. Your Excellency, good morning.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Good to have you on the program. When the pension law the controversy erupted, I said, oh, now I know the secret of your, looking so comfortable and nice. You've been collecting pension and benefits and allowances out of office. But what's your reaction? How does this work out? Do you support the move in Zamfara State to repeal the law and, the outrage on the part of Nigerians that when you leave office as governor, you should just go back to your former work and stop collecting public funds? What's your take?
Well, Ruben, let me start by first correcting you.
Yes.
I left office about in 2014. Call it 2013 actually, because it was about first quarter of 2014, so 2013. And since I left office to today, nobody has paid me 1 naira. I've not received 1 naira.
Is it that you have not made the request?
No, I said I've not received 1 naira, either directly or indirectly. Nobody has supported me in any way or anything, because you say that's why I'm looking very good. I'm only looking very good because for me, I had a temporary office which I served and moved on with my life, and to God be the glory. In the issue of pension, my worry is not whether governors are paid, looking at what you just said now, 700 million naira a year. Is it for
in some states?
Is it for just one person?
One person.
700 million naira. My worry is, and it's the morally poisoned by the same, is that let me just give you an example of what happened to me within 6 months of being in office. After I was just sworn in as the governor, one day my head of service of the government, Mrs. Melifon, walked in and said to me, I want you to, there's one of their best civil servants. She's reached the rank of a director. As you know, permanent secretary is more of political appointment. So director is the highest rank you can reach. She's retiring today as a director. And Your Excellency, all I want is for you to say thank you to this woman. She's exceptional. And she walked in and said, I said, Miss Ifon, how are you? He said, as I was just greeting her and trying to talk to her, the commissioner, the then commissioner for lands, walked in and said to me, Your Excellency, I have this land that we're just about to, we just discovered a very nice land. This is about 2,000 something square meters. And I think we need to, in our land allocation, this is the first land we want to give, and want to give it to you.
To the governor? To
give it to me, the governor. And I turned to this woman, I said, what is your gratuity? And that you're living today. It's about 3 million. How long have you worked for government? It's exactly 35 years. I said, what is your pension? It's about 50,000 a month. And I said, have you been given, what is the gifts? What have they given you and everything and all that? And he said to me, nothing. I had very innocently, not to know. I said, so you haven't been given any land, you haven't given anything like that. He said, land? And I said, Commissioner, this is a woman that needs land. I've just been in this job less than 1 year. This person has been here 35 years. Mrs. E. Ford and Mrs. Vicky Ford, I don't forget her name. I said, this woman, she's been here for 35 years. And I'm here less than 1 year. So please, since you said it's mine, give it to this woman.
Amazing.
I said, this woman, madam, they said you are very good. You won't go. You will become a special assistant in my office. And you will be here till I go. And your job is to continue to be as good as you are. Because she was just looking young and everything. I said, you're very young, you're looking young, you're this. He said, but I've served for 35 years. I have to go. So I said, give this woman this land. Forget about me. So, remember, you have somebody who have worked for 35 years, going home on 50,000 a month. And somebody, I don't want to say came from nowhere, like me, put in 4 years, and it's taking 500 million a year. So this woman in 1 year will earn 600,000, and I will earn 500 million. It's not even taking 1% from that. That is my own worry. So it's not how much you pay a retired university professor a month. Maybe about 200, 300,000. How much do you pay this for you to be a professor in a university? You must have spent 15 years, 20 years to become. So you can go on and on. How much do you pay other people who have worked so hard?
So what would you say your stance then is when it comes to the pension laws? Are you for or against? How do you feel state governments should go about it? Do you think the Zamfara example is a model that other states should follow? Do you think ex-governors should be paying their pensions back?
Completely. If you finish, you just go home.
Yeah, but the principle of it, because I think in one state, is it Delta State, they even just reviewed, in the midst of all this controversy, they just reviewed the existing pension law to accommodate, one former acting governor who was not covered by the law.
No,
so
I said it before.
They don't want a situation whereby a man leaves office. The people who are promoting this, they don't want a big man who has been governor or deputy governor or speaker to leave, and then 6 months, 1 year after leaving office, he's living like a pauper. So they keep him on salary because these are their excellencies.
Ruben, let me even tell you, even with the pension, now questions, what are they paying themselves when they're in office? If they can pay themselves this when they have left. Ruben, nobody can tell you, you were doing something before you came to be a governor. As simple as ABC. Before I came to become governor, before I became governor of Anambra State, I was doing something. I'm not saying that there should not be in any way a bit, if you say it, caring to a next person, but with the level it is now, it should be scrapped completely. And that's where I stand. When you finish, you've served faithfully for 8 years. Go back to what you were doing before you came.
Should the governors who have collected these benefits, allowances, pension and all that, should they pay back?
Refunding money,
because they are insisting that they were given the money under existing law.
Refunding money is not easy. You know that yourself. Refunding money is not easy. And everything that even somebody who picked money that was left in garbage in America, when they went to collect it, he said that when he collected the money, he changed a bit of his lifestyle, and they have to know what they have to do to compensate him a little bit to continue to live on the lifestyle, the money. Refund is difficult because that money has been used. But I say, for me, the reason why I started with what the story I told is that we need to look at the overall. What is everybody getting? And this is not just in government. It's happening even in corporate world, where I think CEOs that left are earning huge money, while those who were busy working 24 hours in the company, cleaning and doing everything, go home nothing. In fact, what they do now is just say they are contract staff. So when they go, they're left with nothing. But the CEO who have worked in the same place is being paid like 10, 20 million, something governors are demanding. But you have people, and that is why in this country, I mean, it's been an editorial of this day, where you have, when we talk about the gap, inequality, Nigerian inequality is the worst. 157 over 157. Because you now have a situation where 1% of the richest Nigerians are controlling almost 80% of the entire resources of the country.
Yes.
And this is the problem. When somebody takes 400, 700 million a year, let me tell you, the entire, when I was in office, the entire monthly pension of civil servants in Anambra State is about 180 million or thereabout. 150 to 180 million. Use an average of about 150 or 180 million is about 2 billion. And you're paying one person almost a third of that. So if you have 3 of them, they earn same amount at the entire service. Thank you.
If somebody, I mean, you have not asked for the money, you made that clear, you've not collected anything since you left office. But under the existing law, the pensions law is your entitlement. If somebody were to come to you and say, well, Your Excellency, you don't need this money, and you've earned it because it's under the law, just give me a letter of authorization, let me collect it on your behalf.
I won't give the person. Being governor is not the first place I left, it's not the first place I served. I've served in other institutions, I've served in any other place where they were showing A, B, C, D, F. I served in banks, about 2 banks, yes, directors. They were buying directors, cars and everything. Go ask any of them whether they bought cars for me.
Okay, so
I just believe that you have to pass through a place, serve to the best of your ability and move on with your life.